Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital teasers indicate that a preview video has been released for the week of May 5th, 2025. It indicates that Rocco Falconeri is not waking up and is in serious need of medical assistance. Tracy Quartermain addresses Lois Cerullo in an angry tone. Christina Corinthos Davis also gets a hefty reality check. Continue reading, and let's discuss what's coming up on the ABC soap drama. Christina Corinthos Davis. Reality check. Let's begin with Christina, who sits down to talk with Lucky Spencer. Christina tells him about how Alexis Davis attempted to have her committed. Alexis was simply attempting to protect her kid after her horrific move on Rick Lansing and Elizabeth Liz Baldwin, as JH fans know. Of course, Christina's aim was Ava Jerome. While Rick and Liz are well, the crash has had a lasting impact. When Christina complains about her mother attempting to have her committed, Lucky gives her a reality check. Drew Kane's investigation. Drew asks a doctor at the hospital if he knows who gave him the drugs. It's difficult to tell from the preview video viewpoint, but it could be Lucas Jonas. Of course, Lucas was not involved, but Brad Cooper was. With Drew knowing he was drugged and going to Max Scorpio, it won't be long before Portia Robinson and Nina Reeves are busted. In fact, Willow Tate Corinthos informs her mother, "We both know who did it." Week of May 5th, 2025. General Hospital teasers indicate that Lois will also interrupt Tracy and Brooklyn Quartermain. Tracy yells that BLQ does not know where her kid is, but Lois does. Lois stands in the corner with her eyes squinted. While Tracy and Lois are prepared to fight, what does this mean for BLQ and her son? In addition, a man's voice adds that Rocco should get to the hospital right away. It sounds like Cody Bell. It was indicated that Cody encounters a dangerous situation, which could be Rocco's medical emergency. We know that Rocco will survive, but there could be unintended effects. For starters, Rocco is a minor. Could there be a reason he passed out? Perhaps there is an unknown medical condition? That could certainly heighten the stakes, so stay tuned. Which narrative are you most looking forward to witnessing in the week of May 5th, 2025? Oh kids, you can't take your gaze away from them for a moment, can you? The May 2nd episode of General Hospital ended in disaster, with young Rocco drinking so much spiked punch at the PCU beach party that he and Danny crashed, leaving him comatose in the sand. But did Dante and Lulu's son really die? The quick answer is no, though a part of him might wish he had. ABC's weekly spoilers hint that Rocco will begin his apology tour on Tuesday. We have a feeling it will be a long one too because Dad is irritated, so much so that Lois is left pleading with him to take a breath. We might even recommend that he take two. Later in the week, Jason gives some tough love. Anyone else suppose Danny, the son of his late former wife Sam, will be the recipient? Perhaps the former medical student will tell the teenager how he was on his way to following in Alan and Monica's footsteps when half-brother AJ. They drove inebriated, resulting in an accident that jumbled Jason's brain and transformed him into a stone-cold hitman. General Hospital spoilers and updates reveal that Jessica Tuck has been sighted on the ABC soap set. A behind-the-scenes photo published by Chris McKenna, who plays Jack Brennan, has generated discussion among General Hospital fans about the sinister character's possible return. Is it just a set visit to her former One Life to Live castmate? Or is it something more? A seemingly harmless photo of former cast members has sparked a frenzy of curiosity among fans. They are now wondering if the apparently deceased Cassandra Pierce, played by Jessica Tuck, is making a dramatic return to stir up problems in Port Charles. McKenna posted a photo of himself and Tuck on the General Hospital set, captioned, "I can't express how delightful it was to unexpectedly bump into the Jess Tuck today on set." Tuck played McKenna's older sister, Megan Gordon, from 1988 to 2012, and her performance earned her a Daytime Emmy nomination for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series in 1992. Cassandra Pierce was a mercenary, drug trafficker, and the former girlfriend of Valentine Cassadine. Tuck played Cassandra Pierce, a crafty drug dealer and charming femme fatale, on GH from 2017 to 2019. She was believed to have died when a bomb planted by her former lover, Valentine Cassadine, burst on the yacht she was aboard. However, as any soap opera fan will tell you, death is frequently only a transitory state, And in Cassandra's case, the lack of a body increases her odds of surviving dramatically. With her charming ex now incarcerated in a high-security jail, it appears that now is the time for her to use her escape talents and swoop in to free him. Perhaps she will even try to reignite their passionate romance, though she may have to fend Anna Devane off in the process. Cassandra has a laundry list of previous crimes in Port Charles and elsewhere. Cassandra's past crimes and adversaries in Port Charles and elsewhere would undoubtedly make her unwelcome. Valentine blew up her motorized dinghy since she had momentarily kidnapped Charlotte Cassadine, which Brennan knows doesn't go over well. She also infected a grapefruit Sasha Corbin was eating with avian flu while she and Michael Corinthos were dating and vacationing on Sonny's Island. Cassandra was also a mercenary who fenced diamonds, therefore she could be linked to Jen Sidwell. Valentine may have known him as well, and the three may have worked together in the past. General Hospital spoilers and updates for the week of Monday, May 5th through Friday, May 9th include risky situations, tough love, and tense interactions. Cody Bell comes across a risky situation, Jason Morgan delivers some harsh love, and Sasha Corbin and Willow Corinthos have a tense interaction. Dangerous encounters and plans go awry. Monday, May 5th. Cody comes into a risky situation, and as usual he will likely save someone. Meanwhile, Nina Reeves' attempt to scare Willow away from Drew Kane fails. Carly Spencer also counsels Lulu Spencer. Jocelyn Jacks feels bad because at the beach where she spotted Danny Morgan, Rocco Falconeri, who was with him, passed out. Later, Dante Falconeri is furious. Apologies and hot seats. On Tuesday, May 6th, Rocco apologizes, while Alexis Davis finds herself on the hot seat. Meanwhile, Drew gathers some important information, which he would most likely share with Max Scorpio, whom he called to the hospital after he received his drug test results. Elsewhere, Lois Cerullo begs Dante, "This must be about Brooke Lynn Chase's child. Has he realized he is his father?" Christina Corinthos Davis also speaks openly with Lucky Spencer. Olive branches and mysterious situations. On Wednesday, May 7th, Christina extends an olive branch to someone, possibly her mother Alexis, who was in the hot seat on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Brooke Lynn seems perplexed. Perhaps she learns about Lois and Dante's earlier conversation? Meanwhile, Lulu expresses gratitude perhaps for Carly's previous advice. Elsewhere, Gio Palmieri opens up to Emma Scorpio Drake, and it appears the two are getting closer. In the meantime, Jack Brennan informs Jocelyn and Vaughn. Tough love and fishing for information. Thursday, May 8th. Jason delivers some tough love. Did what occurred with Danny and Rocco at the beach get out, even if it wasn't through Jocelyn? Meanwhile, Portia Robinson tries to get information out of Willow. Elsewhere, Dante confides in Sonny Corinthos. It appears that Brooke Lynn's secret has been revealed. Brad Cooper makes a life-altering decision. Nina and Curtis Ashford also commiserate. Tense encounters and meetings. On Friday, May 9th, Sasha and Willow have a tense encounter, which must be about Michael Corinthos. Brooke Lynn and Harrison Chase meet with Alexis. Meanwhile, Lulu has concerns for Ned Quartermaine, possibly about his knowledge of Dante and Brooke Lynn's child. Tracy is astonished by something. Perhaps Willow's reconciliation with Drew? And Jen Sidwell makes an offer. Is this about Deception Cosmetics? Maurice Bernard of General Hospital recently discussed his youngest daughter, Cassidy, and her fiancé, Anthony Camerata, on social media. The ABC personality described the couple as soulmates. Read on for more details. Are the two a perfect match? On May 3rd, Maurice posted an Instagram video of Anthony proposing to his daughter Cassidy. Took place in Japan in Tokyo Disneyland. The video was quite touching, and Finola Hughes commented that it made her cry. When did the couple get engaged? Many individuals in the comments section assumed that the engagement had recently occurred this week. However, it actually occurred last month. Nearly 2 weeks ago, the real-life Sonny Corinthos posted on social media about how the engagement went down. According to Soaps in Depth, he added, "My sweet girl Cassidy is getting married to a great man. They went to Japan and he surprised her at Disneyland. It is truly a fairy tale." Those who missed the initial engagement were overjoyed for Maurice Bernard, who recounted how pleased he was that his daughter had found her soulmate. General Hospital preview week of May 5th. Rocco's medical emergency, Tracy attacks Lois, and Lucky informs Christina. The week of May 5th in Port Charles promises to be loaded with high-stakes drama, dramatic confrontations, and surprising disclosures as the lives of several major characters change unexpectedly. From a terrible medical crisis involving young Rocco to violent conflicts between Tracy and Lois, and a meaningful yet uncomfortable talk between Lucky and Christina, viewers are set for an exciting week that will keep them on the tip of their seats. Rocco's medical emergencies. One of the week's most tense storylines focuses on Rocco Falconeri, who finds himself in the midst of a frightening medical catastrophe. The young boy's abrupt illness shocks his family, especially his mother, Lulu Spencer, and father, Dante Falconeri. With Lulu still healing from her own tragic experiences, the prospect of her son in danger tests her emotional limitations. Dante, who has been dealing with his own demons, is forced to face his concerns as a father while remaining strong for his family. As Rocco is transported to General Hospital, the physicians scurry to diagnose and treat him, keeping everyone waiting. The scenario becomes even more problematic when long-buried resentments between Dante and his stepmother, Sam McCall, resurface. Sam, who has always been a balancing factor in the family, is at war with Dante over Rocco's care. Meanwhile, Lulu's mother, Laura Collins, intervenes to offer assistance, but her presence brings up unresolved tensions between her and Dante. The crisis also introduces several new characters, including Elizabeth Weber, who lends her medical skills, and Kevin Collins, who provides emotional support to the family. As the hours tick by, the question remains: can Rocco pull through? Or will this medical emergency leave lasting scars on the Falconeri-Spencer family? Tracy attacks Lois. Tracy Quartermain and Lois Cerullo's feud in Port Charles comes to a head. The two women have never gotten along, but their feud takes a dramatic step when Tracy physically assaults Lois in a fit of rage. The conflict arises from a long-running battle over family ties, commercial deals, and personal betrayals. Lois, who has lately returned to the Quartermain orbit as a result of her relationship with Ned Ashton, is once again in Tracy's crosshairs. Tracy, who never backs down from a battle, sees Lois as a threat to the Quartermain legacy and is determined to put her in her place. Bystanders are surprised by the incident, including Brooke Lynn Quartermain, who is swept up in the turmoil. The aftermath of the incident causes ripples across the Quartermain family, forcing Monica and Ned to act before matters deteriorate further. Tracy's behaviors raise concerns about her mental health, prompting some to wonder if there is more going on behind the surface. Is Tracy's outburst solely about Lois, or is there something else behind her rage? Meanwhile, Lois must decide whether to file charges or handle the problem privately, but one thing is certain: the dispute is far from over. Lucky tells Christina. In another poignant subplot, Lucky Spencer unexpectedly returns to Port Charles and seeks out Christina Corinthos Davis for a long-awaited conversation. The two have a convoluted history, and Lucky's abrupt arrival brings up old wounds. Their conversation takes an unforeseen turn when Lucky drops a bombshell that could affect Christina's life forever. The nature of Lucky's revelation remains unknown, but it is evident that whatever he has to say will have serious consequences. Some assume his return is related to his history with the Corinthos family, while others feel he is bearing news concerning someone from Christina's past. Whatever the situation, Christina is left reeling, forced to confront realities she may not be prepared to face. The conversation also involves Sonny Corinthos, who becomes suspicious of Lucky's motives. Sonny has never really trusted Lucky, and when he discovers Lucky has been communicating with his daughter, his protective instincts kick into high gear. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis is torn between supporting her daughter and trying to understand Lucky's motivations. As the week progresses, Christina must decide how to interpret Lucky's disclosure and whether to act on it. Will this news bring her closure, or will it reopen old wounds and spark fresh conflict? Other Port Charles happenings. Aside from these big themes, the week of May 5th is filled with extra drama. Carly and Drew's difficult relationship. Carly Corinthos and Drew Kane continue to navigate their delicate relationship, but a new stumbling block emerges when Drew makes a decision that makes Carly wonder their future. Ava's secret exposed. Ava Jerome's latest ruse is about to collapse as someone close to her discovers the truth, placing her in risk. Sasha's struggles. Sasha Gilmore's battle with addiction takes a dark turn as she alienates people who care about her, leaving Cody Bell begging for help before it's too late. Jocelyn's dilemma. Jocelyn Jax is caught between devotion to her family and developing affections for a startling new love interest. Final thoughts. The week of May 5th in General Hospital promises to be one of the most emotional ever, with several characters experiencing life-changing events. From Rocco's medical crisis to Tracy and Lois' violent confrontation and Lucky's bombshell confession to Christina, the turmoil in Port Charles shows no signs of abating. As these stories progress, fans will be eager to see what new twists and turns will emerge. Soap operas are known for their dramatic twists, painful exits, and stunning character deaths. Fans of General Hospital have been on edge lately, with speculation circulating that little Rocco Falconeri could be the next casualty in Port Charles. The speculation has caused heated disagreement among viewers, with some convinced that the program is about to kill off the character and others believing it's just another red herring in the long tradition of soap opera deceit. Rocco, the son of Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri, has been a part of the General Hospital canvas for many years. However, his involvement has been rather limited in comparison to other legacy children on the show. Rocco, who was first played by twins O'Neill and Finn Monahan and then by Hudson West, has largely appeared in supporting parts, frequently as part of family-centric storylines involving his parents, grandparents, and extended relatives. However, recent developments, or lack thereof, have prompted fans to wonder whether the authors are laying the groundwork for his exit, maybe in a catastrophic way. One of the most obvious red flags for fans has been Rocco's noticeable absence from crucial family events. With Dante back in Port Charles and Lulu still in a coma, many expected Rocco to become more involved in the continuing drama. Instead, he's been mostly absent from important sequences, leading to speculation that the show is phasing him out. Some fans believe that if Rocco is killed off, it will act as a trigger for big stories, possibly reigniting rivalry between Dante and his foes, or even providing a painful reason for Lulu to awaken from her coma. Another aspect contributing to the speculations is the show's propensity of leveraging terrible incidents to move tales ahead. General Hospital has never shied away from high-stakes drama, and a child's death, while sad, would undoubtedly shake up the canvas. It might bring the Spencer and Falconeri families closer together or separate them, depending on how the authors handle it. Furthermore, with so many legacy characters on the canvas, losing Rocco might have repercussions across various plot arcs, from Laura's mourning as a grandmother to Dante's probable downward spiral. However, not everyone believes that Rocco's demise is inevitable. Some fans think that killing off a child, even one who hasn't received much attention, would be too grim, especially for General Hospital. Others believe that if the program intends to recast Lulu or explore her possible comeback, keeping Rocco alive will be critical for future plot. There's also the possibility that Rocco may be transferred off-screen to live with relatives, a classic soap opera strategy for explaining a character's absence without resorting to a terrible ending. The actors' statuses are also a factor in these reports. Hudson West, who presently plays Rocco on General Hospital, has been juggling other endeavors such as voice acting and guest appearances on several TV shows. If his schedule becomes too demanding, the writers may have to reconsider Rocco's appearance on the show. However, this does not necessarily imply that the character must die. Soap operas frequently write characters out in temporary ways, leaving the door open for future returns. Another aspect to consider is fan reaction. General Hospital has a devoted fan base, and cutting off a classic character like Rocco might result in severe reaction. While dramatic deaths typically generate short-term interest, they can also alienate longtime viewers if not handled appropriately. The writers may be considering the potential consequences before making any final conclusions. Ultimately, unless ABC or the General Hospital production crew confirms Rocco's fate, suspicions will persist. Soap operas depend on suspense, and the mystery surrounding Rocco's destiny demonstrates the genre's capacity to keep viewers guessing. Whether the show decides to murder him off, write him out softly, or keep him in the background for the time being, one thing is certain: General Hospital understands how to keep fans engaged. Meanwhile, fans will have to wait and see what happens next. Will Rocco die tragically? Or is this just another soap opera plot twist? Only time and the writers will tell. General Hospital spoilers for the next 3 weeks, May 5th to May 23rd, reveal that Willow Corinthos will double down on Drew Kane. Fans will also see some Nurses Ball surprises, as Dante Falconeri spills to Sonny Corinthos. Cody Bell will have a heroic moment from May 5th to 9th, so he may come to Rocco Falconeri's rescue at the bonfire. Danny Morgan will freak out when he can't get Rocco up, but Cody may step in because he's going to stumble onto a dangerous situation. Lulu Spencer will express her gratitude to someone later, so she may tell Cody that she appreciates him taking up for her son. Rocco will be fine after drinking the poison punch, but he will face some tough love in the aftermath of the turmoil. The same applies for Danny, who will face Jason's lecture and could be grounded till further notice. There are signs that Giovanni Gio Palmieri may get in problems with the law among all the bonfire mayhem. That could jeopardize Joe's musical education and upset Lois Cerullo. Dante may have some angry outbursts in the midst of all the drama coming, so Lulu may have to console him. Brooklyn Quartermain will also receive some confusing news, which may lead her to discover Lois's lies. Lois wasn't completely honest about the adoption agency scenario, which could come back to bother her. After sabotaging Emma Scorpio Drake's chances as a research assistant, Jocelyn Jacks will have to increase her game to impress Professor Henry Hank Dalton, and maybe take Emma's spot as the frontrunner. Jack Brennan will meet with Jocelyn and Vaughn to discuss the next mission in greater detail. While Christina Corinthos Davis attempts to reconcile with Alexis Davis, Dante will confide in Sonny about Rocco's drunken beach episode. Sonny is currently recovering from surgery, but he will definitely want to be there for Dante. Brad Cooper will also make a significant life move, which may include leaving GH, so we'll see if Selena Wu invites him back to work for her shortly. Drew will try to take advantage of the critical information he will receive on his drugging case. Drew may get fixated on the thought that Tracy Quartermain is to blame for his cheating scheme, leaving Nina Reeves and Portia Robinson to assume they are safe. However, Nina will be disappointed that Willow has doubled down on her love for Drew and dedication to him, despite the escalating scandal. While Willow and Sasha Gilmore Corbin have a violent argument, Lulu will be questioning Ned Quartermain. Lulu will most likely want to talk about Ned's experience with adopting Leo Quartermain for the piece she's working on, but Brooke Lynn may freak out during the interview depending on what Lulu asks. Ned is unaware of Brooke Lynn's underage pregnancy or adoption, and she prefers to keep it that way. During the week of May 12th to 16th, Lois should be extremely worried as she tries to put out various fires while keeping the truth of Joe's parentage hidden. Kai Taylor's risky surgery may not have yielded the results he expected. Trina Robinson may have to help Kai if he becomes paralyzed as a result of the risk he took. Back with Portia and Nina, they may experience uneasiness if Drew gets too close to the truth. The next 3 weeks on General Hospital offer explosive drama, surprising revelations and heartbreaking confrontations as the residents of Port Charles deal with love, betrayal, and long-buried secrets. With the nurses' ball approaching, tensions are high, and alliances will be challenged. The stakes have never been higher, with Willow's uncompromising stance against Drew and Dante's earth-shattering confession to Sonny. Willow doubles down on Drew. Willow Corinthos has made it obvious that she will not back down when it comes to protecting her family. Willow is determined to hold Drew Kane accountable for his recent actions, which she perceives as reckless and self-serving. Drew's business operations and personal choices have put individuals she cares about in risk, and she will not stand by while he manipulates the situation to his benefit. As tensions between Willow and Drew rise, Michael finds himself stuck in the midst. While he understands Willow's rage, he also recognizes Drew's point of view, causing a split in their marriage. Willow's irritation builds as she believes Michael isn't fully backing her, resulting in furious disagreements. Will this dispute divide them, or will they find a way to stand together against Drew's schemes? Meanwhile, Drew is facing blowback from people in Port Charles as his previous decisions come back to haunt him. Carly, who had thought of him as an ally, begins to question his motivations, especially after learning the full scope of his machinations. Drew's next moves may define his future in Port Charles, and whether he remains free. Nurses' Ball revelations. The Nurses' Ball has always been a night of splendor, shocks, and unexpected turns, and this year is no exception. As the Port Charles elite gather for the charity dinner, long-held secrets threaten to emerge in dramatic fashion. A bombshell confession is one of the most shocking revelations. Nina Reeves, who has been grappling with guilt over her involvement in keeping Sonny's identity hidden, finds herself backed into a position. When evidence that could expose her emerges, she must decide whether to confess or continue lying. With Ava Jerome lurking in the shadows, waiting to exploit any weakness, Nina's decisions could destroy her relationships forever. Meanwhile, romance and controversy intersect as couples face critical times. Elizabeth and Finn's relationship is tested when an unexpected guest from their past attends the ball, pushing them to confront unresolved emotions. Simultaneously, Jocelyn and Dex's burgeoning romance takes a dramatic turn when a stunning secret about Dex's background is exposed, making Jocelyn doubt all she knew about him. The nurses' ball is also a battleground for power disputes. Tracy Quartermaine, never one to back down from a confrontation, makes a bold move that could tip the balance of power within the Quartermaine family. Her actions leave Ned and Olivia reeling, and Brooke Lynn is caught in the crossfire. Of course, no nurses' ball would be complete without a stunning performance, but this year's show stealer isn't on stage. A stunning statement surprised the audience, laying the groundwork for a significant plotline in the coming weeks. Dante spills to Sonny. One of the most dramatic scenes in the coming weeks occurs when Dante Falconeri finally tells Sonny about a secret he's been keeping. Dante has been dealing with remorse about his knowledge of Sonny's history, and the weight of his silence has been too much to bear. In a difficult and emotional meeting, Dante tells the truth about a transgression that threatens to shatter Sonny's life. The news shocks Sonny, prompting him to reconsider all he thought he understood about devotion and family. As Sonny processes the news, his reaction is unpredictable. Will he seek vengeance or find a way to forgive? The aftermath of Dante's confession sends shockwaves across Port Charles. Carly, Sonny's staunchest defender, is forced to choose sides, and Jason's return to town complicates matters further. With mafia tensions increasing and old adversaries emerging, Sonny's next steps could spark a conflict no one is ready for. Meanwhile, Dante's marriage to Sam is questioned as she tries to figure out why he hid such an important secret. Sam's history with Sonny complicates matters, and her allegiance to both her husband and her ex-father-in-law creates an uncomfortable situation. Will their love make it through the aftermath, or will Dante's honesty cost him everything? Other Port Charles drama. Beyond these key stories, the next 3 weeks are jam-packed with exciting developments. Spencer and Trina encounter new obstacles in their relationship as Esme's plots become more elaborate. With Ace's custody fight looming, Spencer must determine how far he is ready to go to protect his brother, even if it means cutting ties with Esme for good. At the same time, Alexis is lured back into danger when an old opponent reappears, forcing her to face her previous misdeeds. Molly and TJ, meanwhile, confront the responsibilities of fatherhood, while dealing with their own professional challenges. When a huge crisis strikes Jich, the medical personnel is put to the test. As doctors rush against the clock, personal tensions are put aside in favor of life-or-death judgments. As the dust settles from the nurse's ball and Dante's confession, one thing is certain: Port Charles will never be the same. With alliances shifting, secrets revealed, and relationships forever altered, the next 3 weeks on General Hospital offer non-stop drama that fans will not want to miss. The week of May 5th to 9th on General Hospital promises explosive drama, dramatic turning moments, and high-stakes confrontations that will keep viewers on the tip of their seat. Among the most intriguing stories are Brad Cooper's life-altering decision, Sasha Gilmore's furious confrontation, and Cyrus Sidwell's perilous proposition, all of which are primed to send shockwaves through Port Charles. Brad's life-changing move. Brad Cooper has had his fair share of challenges, from his rocky relationship with Wiley to the consequences of his secrets being revealed. He is now at a crossroads that has the potential to change his future. Recent teasers indicate that Brad will make a significant decision that will change the direction of his life, and maybe those around him. One possibility is that Brad may eventually reveal a long-buried secret, either regarding Wiley's past or his own complicated relationship with Lucas. Given Brad's proclivity to avoid conflict, this would be a considerable shift from his typical conduct, indicating significant character development. Alternatively, he may decide to leave Port Charles entirely, seeking a new beginning away from the judgment and confusion that have characterized his previous years. Another possibility is Brad stepping up in an unexpected fashion, such as accepting responsibility for someone else's situation, or making a major romantic gesture to a love interest. Whatever the case, his decision will undoubtedly have ramifications for several storylines, affecting characters such as Britt, Lucas, Michael, and Willow. Sasha's showdown. Sasha Gilmore has faced betrayal, addiction, grief, and manipulation at every turn. Now she's prepared to fight back. Spoilers point to a fiery fight that will put Sasha in the spotlight, with Gladys Corbin being the most likely opponent.